Hey guys, can you guys see me okay? Hopefully, because Crazy's officially back in the building. All right, guys, let me know if I am lagging because I'm seeing my Wi-Fi act up, and it probably is because let me tell you guys, I haven't been live for over a month. I haven't done anything for over a month. Hopefully, some people join in and say hi. But everything that can go wrong this morning is going wrong. Even my posting notes, they're just not sticking. I don't know what is going on today, but here we are. Let me look at chat to see who is here. Let me know. You guys know the routine. Let me know if you guys can hear me. My recording is now in the room, so I have no idea how the sound is. Hopefully, I'm not muted. Okay, I'm not. So let me see who is here right now. Hey Rose, what is up? We got Ronnie for Missing Persons, PNW. Hey Delana, can you guys hear me okay? We got Heather in the house. She says everything looks good. Thank you. We got Sky. Hey Carly, how are you, beautiful? How are you doing today? And just to let you guys know, since I haven't been live for a while, I do feel really weird seeing myself on camera right now. So I'm probably going to turn the camera off, just keeping it real. I'm not sure if Scott is still here. Hey, Scott. I'm just looking at some of your guys' comments. How are you guys doing today? Hey, Pink Delilah. I'm not sure if she's still in the house. And whoever else I missed is saying hello too. It is good to see some familiar faces. Thank you guys for tuning in to today's live. Before we get started with this case, I do want to say this case is one that I have been following and I have lots of questions. I don't know what I'm leaning towards for this one. I'm about 50-50. But I am excited to go over this with you guys. We're going to be watching some videos and we're going to just have a good discussion on it. Now, before we get started, just give me like 1 minute. I know I haven't been live for a month or even gave you guys any content, so I just want to say sorry for that. Honestly, I just was tired, I guess. I just felt really exhausted. I don't know if it was from me just making bad choices in my life with, drinking and just eating unhealthy. I was just exhausted, like really exhausted with just everything, which led me into a little bit of anxiety. And then also, I just wanted to focus on, the girls. They have two big things going on. One starting, well, she already started middle school, and then the other one starting college. So I just felt like our lives are going somewhere new chapters, new ups, new downs. So I kind of just wanted to focus on them and the last 30 days of summer. So I apologize for not giving you guys anything, especially to the members, because you guys are the ones who pay monthly fees. And if it wasn't for your guys' support, I wouldn't have a channel. So, but all of that being said, I am officially back in the studio, got it all set up, still tweaking some of the background, not digging too much, but there's a lot of stuff I have set up for you guys. So thank you guys for still being here with me. And let me say hi. I don't know if I said hi to Valerie, and I seen Vicky in the house. Scott is always coming in with the best comments. He says, crazy crime chick, no need to apologize. Mental health is important. We are here and I don't plan. Well, I appreciate you, Scott. And I know a lot of you will always stick with me, but I think I honestly just really was having bad anxiety of just letting you guys down. But honestly, I needed to just take a break from just these cases. They can be hard on our heart, our souls. And then I was just, you guys don't see it, but behind the scenes, I breathe these cases. Like from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed, I'm constantly doing researches and doing all these things, and that just takes away from the family. And I just needed to take a break. So, but we're back. And I see Barbara is here. Hey, Barbara. Heather says, I am ready for school to start. It hasn't started for you? Well, one of them started. The other one starts on the 18th. So, but once the little one went back, I had my mornings back. You guys know what I'm saying. Delana says, family first, we all need a break. Yeah, especially because we talk true crime. And I don't know about you guys, but gosh, how many times, you know, covering these missing children and then the crimes against children, I don't know. Sometimes it could just be hard. So a mental break is what I needed, but we're back. So Barbara Brucent in the house. Hey, my girl. Heather says this has been mentally draining. It has. It really has. And let me share my screen really quick with you guys because we are going to get started. Now, for next week, first grade. And oh, you got preschool. That's exciting. You have little ones, Heather. Oh my gosh. You have little babies in the house. All right, you guys. So let's get started with this one. Now, today we're going to be talking about Shana. I want to make sure I say her last name correctly. Let me see how to make sure I say it correctly. Hold on, guys. Dimambro. I hope I'm saying that correctly. She's 45 years old. She was 45 years old, unfortunately. This is her. This is who you're looking at on the screen. Now, we're going to go into all the details, but just a little recap really quick for you guys. Shana was reported missing by her husband, Chris Antos, on July 19th. Now, he reported her missing, and the story is that she actually, the night before she was being reported missing, she was having some religious warfare. She was going through some stuff, and she looked sad and depressed, he said. The next day, he says that, hold on, guys, I'm going to turn comments off really quick because I do get distracted. Hold on. Kind of easily. Okay, I'm going to turn them off just for a bit, you guys. Am I lagging? I'm seeing the Wi-Fi lagging, so hopefully I'm not lagging. But the night before, like I said, the husband said that she was depressed and she was going through some stuff. The next day in the morning, typical morning, he said they woke up in the morning, had coffee, and then he left to work, and she still looked sad. He said she had sadness in her eyes. And then he went to work, and then he came back for around lunchtime to check on her, and that's when she would be missing. He then reported her missing pretty like right after he reported her missing. Now, 10 days later, after she was reported missing, her body was actually discovered 200 yards from where they stayed. Let me repeat that, 200 yards from where they lived. Now, law enforcement has been extremely hush hush. They haven't even confirmed if that body they found is in fact her. Yes, they have made statements that, because of she had some tattoos, the body had tattoos, which are in fact like the ones that Shana had, and they have told the family about this. The family has come out and said it is Shana. The searchers that actually found her have said it's Shana, but law enforcement, they haven't even said, yes, this is her yet. So I think, I don't know, there's just a lot to go over. So let me tell you guys how I, in fact, even learned about this case. Give me a second. Let me share my screen. So this is Shana again, what you're looking at on the screen. This is her husband, Chris. Now, they have been married for 1 year. They have been together 2 years, and I think I read somewhere that they actually knew each other back in school, I believe. And then they kind of went their separate ways, obviously, like most people do. And then he reconnected with her through Facebook. So again, they've been married only a year, and they've been together for 2 years. Now they do live in an RV, like at a trailer, and we're going to look at it like a trailer community, I guess you can call it. And again, this would be her husband. Now, let me share my screen with you guys. Give me 1 second. Hold on. I want to just, start from the very beginning and get you guys all updated with this. Let me know if you even heard of this case. Put a 1 in the chat if you've heard of it, a 2 if you haven't. Let me stop sharing that really quick. Give me 1 second. And let's do this. All right. Okay. No lagging. Thanks, guys. I'm back at looking comments. So I'm seeing 2211. Barbara, you've heard of it. Sky says 2. Rose is 2. Heather Marie 2. Okay, so the ones that haven't, I'm seeing some ones here. Carly says 1. I'm going to go over everything with you guys. We're going to break this up into probably 2 to 3 lives, maybe even more. Today, I want you guys to know we're going to go over all, I guess you can say, the facts of what we know so far. Then tomorrow, we're going to actually watch a live with one of the searchers. He did with the YouTube creator. We're going to go through that tomorrow, and we're going to look at the map. We're going to look at where she was found. I personally have so many questions about the searches that happened prior to her body being found, and then there's just so many questions. But how I learned about this case was because, fun fact, I love cooking. I am subscribed to 100 cooking channels, and I was actually looking up some cooking stuff, and I seen this YouTube channel. This is Vicky's Country Home. Now, Vicky's Country Home, she has about, what, 54K subscribers, so she has a big following. And it was actually this video right here that popped up on my recommendations. Let me do this. Let me make sure it's not playing yet. And as you can see in the title, it says, "Our daughter Shana is missing in Texas. Updates, her remains were found." Now, when I first seen this, which she posted this, let's see, when did she post this exactly? Does it say? Doesn't say. Oh, July 22nd. So remember, her husband reported her missing on the 19th. Then Shana's mom went to her YouTube channel, and she made this video. But when it first originally was made, it didn't have update, her remains were found. She must have included that afterwards. And I'm just going to play this for you guys right now, and then we can let some more people get into the chat. So let me play this. Give me 1 second.
I didn't want to make this video. I didn't want to make this video, but I need your help. Our daughter Shana is missing in Texas. If you've watched some of my early videos, she's in some of those. I've talked about her. She got married a year ago and moved to Spring Branch, Texas, which is north of San Antonio. We got a call from her husband Tuesday morning, the 19th of July, saying that she had gone missing. And we have posted on Facebook. We now have the sheriff's office searching, EquiSearch. We're doing everything we can to try and find her. It's very hot right now in Texas. She, as far as we know, she has nothing with her at all. This is now 3 days that she's been missing. So I'm asking for prayers. But I'm also asking that you will share this to as many people as possible.
Okay, and I will be stopping this from time to time. So again, this is going to be Shana's stepmom. It's her stepmom. and she had to make a YouTube video because her daughter is missing. Now, keep in mind, July 19th, her husband reports her missing. He contacts the family to let know. Now, she said that they had been married for a year. I do want to just let you guys know something that, because there is a Facebook group, Vicky is part of it. I'm not sure who created it, but she's a big force in that group. Um, and one thing she stated was that she hasn't even met the husband yet, Chris. She also stated that they had scheduled dinners many times, and for some reason or another, it kept getting canceled. I don't know if, in fact, it was Shana canceling it all the time, or was it both of them, like mom and daughter canceling, but she said that she has never met her daughter's husband. And for some reason, those dinner dates kept getting canceled, which I just thought was pretty interesting.
If you're in that area, that you will watch for any signs. There will be, I'm going to post the Facebook post from Comal County Sheriff's Department. If you find anything or know anything, please contact them. I have heard people say that the family has been kind of evasive. Well, please understand, we are trying to work with law enforcement. We don't want to share anything that could jeopardize an investigation. So I will share with you anything I can because we want her found and safe. So please have grace for us. Please pray. Watch for her. And if you even think you see something that looks like it could be her, or might know anything, just please contact the Sheriff's Department. And I just thank you all. So God bless.
Scott, I agree. And that is something that I kept trying to figure out who actually was canceling these dinner dates. Now I'm gonna play I don't know if this was the husband's first interview or second interview. This first interview is gonna be super short, and then he has a longer interview that he had done. Now, this is another thing that even though I've been following this, I can't seem to find the answer for it. So I'm hoping, as this gets shared out and people talk more about it, that maybe we can get the answer for it. But as you just heard Vicky state that, Echo Search was involved. Now, I had heard that they had drones out there. There were other searchers that were out there also besides Echo Search. But I'm trying to figure out what did Echo Search actually do, or did they even like do anything with it? I can't get any answers with the search. And why do I say that is because keep in mind, people were out there before searching for Shayna. And then to have her found 10 days later, only 200 yards where she was found is private property. It is part of that surrounding RV trailer park where they did stay. But and there is a gate around, like a fence around it. But I'm just wondering, 10 days, it's hot in Texas. How did, I don't know. I just have lots of questions with the search itself. All right, give me 1 second. I know it's really sad to see any parent go through this, but to see a fellow YouTuber go through it, even though she's not part of the true crime community. I first seen this and I was like, I started sharing it on my community. I started sharing it on my social media platforms. And I was like, yeah, I definitely want to talk about this case and just help the family out with spreading awareness. At the time, she was only missing at that time. Let me play for you guys. Let me move some stuff around. Let's see. And thank you guys for being here and bearing with me. Right now, I'm like getting the hang of going live again, so just bear with me. Okay, so let me see. I think the husband hid her until the search was over and he placed her there. Well, here's the thing. Okay, so I'm just going to put this out there right away. My Walmart water all in the camera. Say this right away. When I first watched this interview, both interviews that the husband did, I was I read the comments. Also, I read the comments in the Facebook groups, and a lot of people were saying they were getting Chris Watts vibes. People were saying the husband did it. They were like immediately thinking the husband did it. Now, I learned my lesson from, if you guys remember the case, was it Heidi Burchard? Did I say that correctly? Where she was missing. The boyfriend or husband did interviews, and I for that case was like, oh my god, the husband, or I don't know if that was her boyfriend or what, but he did it. I was like, without a doubt, he did it. He did it. Turns out he didn't do it, and it was actually her really close friend who, you know, picked her up in the car and then killed her to keep her baby. I mean, after that case, I told myself I will never jump the gun and say like, okay, they did it. I need to hear more of the facts. So when I first watched his interviews, I was about, there are things that he says that I'm like, okay, it's a little red flaggish, but I'm still holding, I'm waiting for law enforcement. I want to see what they say, how she was, how what exactly happened with cause of death and all of that stuff. So I'm holding off on it. But let me go ahead and share my screen. Vicky says, I never thought of that of a possibility. Something else that also just doesn't seem right with me with this one. Okay, if let's say the husband did it, he has a vehicle. He works about 45 minutes away, he says, and he says it during the interview. And he goes into all the details of that morning. Um, if he did it, why would he place her right there 200 yards away? It just to me, I'm like, okay, it's like, did you want to get caught? And she also had a vehicle. Why not, put her in her vehicle, drive off somewhere? You know what I mean? I don't know. I just have so many questions of the why would you put her right there if the husband did it? And I know some of you are going to have a good explanation, because that's what I love about going live with these cases. We all talk it out, but I don't know. I just can't get past that. Also, I do want to say she was found, it seems like, with no clothing on. So that's another thing I'm like, have questions over. Um, Gosh, there's so many with this one. Hey, what's up? She says, I'm late. What is this about? So this is going to be about 45-year-old Shana. Let me make sure. I got to always make sure I say her last name correctly. Dimambro. And I hope I'm saying that correct. And this happened in Texas. She was reported missing on July 19th by her husband, Chris Antos. And let me see. Is it this one? Yes. Okay, so this is her husband. He reported her missing, and then she would be found 10 days later, 200 yards from where she lived with her husband. Um, and this is currently going on right now. Law enforcement is hush, hush, hush. We don't even know. Again, they haven't even confirmed if that body is hers, even though it's her. Yeah, so I think they're waiting to get everything before they actually give us anything. So let me play this for you guys.
In a shady smoking nook he once shared with his wife.
It's the most heart-wrenching thing anybody could possibly deal with.
Chris Santos now sits and smokes alone. Tuesday the 19th, Santos came home from work and found his wife, Shana Dimambro's cigarettes.
A cup of water and nothing was knocked over. Everything was upright.
But Shana was gone.
I feel like I'm just walking around in a fog now. it's hard.
Shana's phone was plugged in, her purse and wallet inside the couple's Spring Branch RV. Her Bible and notes open on their kitchen table.
That spiritual warfare was definitely something she battled with. Just she was a recovering addict, so it was a long time ago, but she battled some spiritual warfare stuff, and so we were just both trying to put our past behind us and become better Christians and stay on the right path.
Chris says the last time he saw his wife was 7 that morning when he left for work.
I asked her if she would just do some laundry that day while I was gone. I could see a little sadness in her eyes, but said there was some depression stuff that she was fighting.
When Chris stopped home for lunch, he immediately felt something was wrong. His wife seldom left the house alone.
She can go out and socialize. She wasn't her favorite thing in the world to do. If we went somewhere, we went together.
Chris was also surprised to see Shana's Redbone Coonhound Shepherd mix, Maisie, out of her kennel. Abel Pena, a retired FBI agent who now runs missing persons nonprofit Project Absentis, says the last time Shana was seen by someone outside her household was on the 15th or 16th.
We're looking at everything.
Chris says he is too.
We have to get it out there. Our faith is that Shana's somewhere safe and peaceful, and we're going to keep that faith until we know more. So I don't have a choice. What am I supposed to do? I have to fight.
Okay, let me see. We're gonna watch it again. Hold on. Let me see what you guys are saying. So again, they've been married a year. They lived at this RV, and they lived together. And I want to look at hold on. I just want to look. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Okay, so I don't know. They look like they're pretty close together, right? The RVs. So again, he says that, so she left her phone on the charger. She has a vehicle. She didn't take her vehicle. She didn't take her purse, her wallet, anything like that. Obviously, she didn't take her phone, and she did not take her cigarettes. Now, this is one thing that when this first happened, I'm not even kidding you. Every other comment from someone who either is a smoker right now or used to be a smoker all said the same thing. I'm not a smoker, so I would love to hear from people that are, or if you once were. Everybody said, I'm not even kidding you, that as a smoker, I would never leave my cigarettes behind. Even people, I seen comments where people were saying, even if I was planning on taking my own life, I would take those cigarettes with me and I would be smoking them going to wherever I was going to do it. I would smoke one before I actually did it. But everybody said her cigarettes being left behind was a red flag for them. Again, I'm not a smoker, so I honestly don't know. I would love to hear what you guys say about that. But she left everything. So look at the trailer. So everything just seems really close. She left her purse again. When he got there, her Bible was left on the table. And trust me, I've already tried to see what this says. And I'm going to have to, maybe one of you can try to help me and see what it says. I've tried. So that's something that it seems like based off what he says, she was depressed going through stuff. Let me see. And another thing I thought was interesting, how no one has seen her since, what did they say, the 15th or 14th? No one has physically seen her in that area. So that's another thing that kind of just sticks out to me. See, Carly says, when I smoked, they were attached to me. Heather says, never leave the smokes. See, Delana says she thinks this is staged. The Bible on the table, it being open, I'm sure that's her writing. But she could have wrote that before. Doesn't mean she actually wrote that day. But see, you guys are also saying that our smokers the same thing. Crazy. Aside from all just mentioned, he found her body. No, 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 no. The husband did not find her body. It was actually, okay, so we're going to get into that, but I'll just give you a little so you guys know. So it was actually two searchers. One of them lived locally, and he had like a watering company or something. He knew the area. He did a lot of work around the area. So because of his company, he had access to certain things. And so he started conducting, his name is DJ. He started conducting searches immediately. He was there trying to help them out. There's another guy named Eric Herr. He has a searching organization. He also assisted with the searches. So it was them two who actually found her. Eric, they found out who owned the property because I guess it was private property. They couldn't get access to it. They hadn't been able to search it. It does have a fence going around. So they had to find out who owned the property. They contacted him. They set up a date and time where they would meet up there and he would take them onto the property. And that's when Eric and the owner of that property actually found her body in a dried pond. The pond was about 25 feet deep. Yeah, so it was them who actually found her. The husband he was nowhere near any of that. Vicky says the same thing. Always have my SIGS phone with me. Carly says, well, I hope you never do that, Carly. But she says, exactly, if I was going to unalive myself, I'd be drunk and smoking until the last second. And in all seriousness, you guys, this is something with the cigarettes that I'm not even kidding. Everybody was saying I would never leave my cigarettes behind. Even if I was going to do that, they would have them with them. So her leaving her cigarettes there was for them a red flag. Yeah, we're going to get into that, Carly. I know. Girl, I know. Hey, Meg, what's up, beautiful? She says, so good to catch your live. Feels like it's been forever. Yes, Barbara. That's after we watch the husband's full interview. We're going to watch that right now. We're going to listen to one of the searchers. The searchers at first were doing interviews. And one thing I'm noticing now in the Facebook group is that comments are being deleted. Now, I don't think it's anything sinister behind the deletion of comments. And I don't know who exactly is doing it. I don't know if it's coming from the searchers or from people, the admin in the group. And I think the comments are just being deleted because this is now, obviously she's been found. And I think, because it's an open investigation, I think they're not trying to hinder it. So I am seeing a lot of things being deleted, but guess what? I'm the queen at screenshots. So I got all of it. But yes, it's being stated that she was found with no clothes on, which if you're going to go do that, do you get naked? I mean, and she's it seems like, they're Christians and very religious. And and this is something that I did talk to Heather about. I had this question, if she was, isn't that like a no-no to do, like, if you're a Christian to do that, to unalive yourself, isn't that like a big no-no? So I don't know. But again, if she was struggling. Hey, Juicy, what's up? I agree. It is definitely really sad. And I have so many questions. I'll say that throughout this whole live. Heather says that it looks staged. He keeps saying she was battling with spiritual warfare. Oh, wait till we watch the other interview. She was battling spiritual warfare. I don't know, sounds shady. Spiritual warfare is real, especially in these days. I do agree with you on that. But he seems sus. I mean, I agree. Oh, Juicy, congratulations. She says she quit smoking 2 weeks ago. Good for you. Good for you. Kimberly says that she's a longtime smoker. Her patterns have remained the same for decades, she says. The day I drop dead, my cigarettes will be within arm reach or some room as my body. See? So you guys are also saying the same thing about the cigarettes being left behind. That is weird, right? Definitely weird. Carly says the pond was completely dried out the whole time. Yes. So before she went missing, thank you for saying that, Carly. That's very important, you guys. They've been saying that in Texas, it's extremely dry. They haven't had any rain. So that pond that she was found in has been dried before she even went missing. Hey, beautiful. This is in Texas, Juicy. It's looked down on, but still happens. Yeah, and especially if she really was struggling with her own, like he says that, she had addiction before. Was she having, I'm a recovering addict. I know a lot of you, not you maybe in chat, but I know a lot of people that are subscribed to me are also recovering addicts. And I know for the longest time, um, it, it doesn't go away. Like I will never mess with the drug that I was addicted to, not even once, because I am so petrified of it that I'm scared I would just get addicted again. I have a very addicted personality. So I think that's probably why I don't even like taking pills, especially when I'm through chemo and all those pills they gave me. I was like, no, because I was so scared that I was going to get addicted to those. So maybe she was going through something because of that. I mean, was she having, urges again? I don't know. Carly, girl, I will investigate it. All right, let me play the husband's other interview. Now, this interview is about 13 minutes. He goes more into details. This was just like a short clip. Oh, one thing I did want to show you guys. Hold on. Where is it? I don't know, but I believe animals are super smart. And this was her dog. This was their baby. So their dog was their baby. Okay. They didn't have any kids together or anything like that. Where's that part? Hold on. Right here. Okay. Now, remember, she was found 10 days after. Another thing, there were already, what are the birds that when there's a dead body, they start coming around? What birds are those? What is that? There was already those flying up in the sky. There was actually someone took a photo of them up in the sky. I can't help and think that her dog knew where she was. I'm just saying that. I feel like it. Look at the dog when he opens the door. Let me just get there. You guys can think I'm crazy all you want, but I think her dog knew where to go. I muted it also. Look at the dog. The dog wants to go somewhere. I don't know. Call me crazy, but I just felt like the dog possibly knew where to go. I know you guys are like, you're crazy, but I feel like if something happened to me and I was close by, my dog would know where to go. Look at that. Dogs are smart. Yeah, I don't know. I think so. All right, let me get for you guys the other interview. So far, what are you guys thinking about the husband? Are you thinking suspicious behavior? Some things he's saying? Hold on, let me get to YouTube. Okay, give me a second, guys. I don't know. There's definitely things with the husband that I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, give me 1 second. All right. Again, thank you guys for being here while I do all of this right now. If you haven't hit like yet, please hit that like button. Help a girl out. Okay. since I haven't been live for over a month, the algorithm is, so some of you are probably going to say I didn't get the alert. So just unsubscribe, resubscribe, hit all notifications, and then I'll do my part because I'm going to be going live a lot and making videos for you guys. So, all right, let me stop sharing this one. Okay, let's stop here. Let me close this one out and close this one out. Okay. Share screen. All right. And before I share, just so I got a pimple right here, you guys. Can you guys see it on camera? Who gets pimples in their 40s? Like, seriously, it's just not right. It's not right. And yes, I need to get my nails done. I'm like ghetto right now. What can I say? I got no time for that. All right, hold on. Hold on, guys. All right. Is it this one? Yes. All right. Let me just get this bigger and then we'll watch this one. I am going to be stopping this one like I always do and just go over it with you guys, my thoughts. I want to see what you guys say. Let me just move some stuff over. Give me a second so I can see comments. Okay. Oh, Heather Marie, thank you, love, for that super chat. I do appreciate you so much. I do appreciate it, especially since I haven't been on YouTube. Thank you so much for that. Maybe you would be the first super chat for when I come back on YouTube. So thank you, girl. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Curious Cat says, like your name, by the way, says maybe he was in spiritual warfare. You know, I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking the same thing. I was also thinking that maybe he was the one that was having, you know, issues of her past. That's just me and my opinion. There's no truth behind it yet. I don't know. But I was also thinking that maybe he was actually having, you know, issues with her past. Maybe it was a fight between them. I don't know. I also was thinking something like that. I don't know about this lady or case, not sure the current terms to use. Gonna have to listen and catch up. Don't worry, Meg. We're going over all the basics, but basically we have a 45-year-old, this happened in Texas, who went missing. Her husband, this is him on the screen, he reported her missing on July 19th. The last time anyone actually seen her in the area where they lived would have been, I believe they said the 14th or 15th. He says that she was having some spiritual warfare, and then he came home to check on her and she was just gone. She was found 10 days later, 200 yards from where they lived in their RV. So we're going to listen to his interview because he goes over everything and he's going to get you caught up. Sandra, thank you, love. You're the second super chat. Thank you. I appreciate you. And you guys, I always say this, but I just love, love, love Sandra's photo. I think it's just beautiful. Black and white is beautiful. And again, just saying a thank you to Heather Marie. And let me scroll down with comments. Vicky says, I think he assessed if she unlived herself, she would not have been naked. And that's another thing, her being found unclothed. Again, I do want to say this, and I think it's very important. Law enforcement hasn't released anything, nothing. All of this information that we're getting is coming from the searchers, you guys. They did some interviews and they're the ones who are, you know, telling the media what they seen when they found her. But law enforcement hasn't said anything. They haven't even confirmed for a fact by the medical examiner if this is in fact her. They did say that, you know, because of her tattoos, you know, and stuff like that, that they do believe it is her. And they did say that they did tell her family. Her family has come out and said it was her. Searchers have said, but again, Allie is being extremely quiet. And I thought by now we would have already had at least, them confirming it was her, but they haven't given us that either. So, okay, let me. Oh, Sandra was first. Okay, Sandra was first. Sorry, it just popped up on the screen like that. So Sandra was first, first super chat, and Heather Marie was second. Hey, Buttercup 333, she says, so did they confirm that it was her? Nope, not yet. Not yet. But again, 200 yards away, she has, I believe, two tattoos in certain areas. Two tattoos were on that body. So, okay, let me stop talking already. And 10 days go by, and she's only, yeah. And let's listen to this now. Let me mute.
No, we're seeing that, and the world's full of that these days. So yeah, my best friend came by the other day, and thank God he did. Thank God I called him, and he did come by. But he hooked me up with a guy named Jared Tubbs. It was like a K9 guy, retired, and he's the one that said get a hold of Yami Varigan, and so we got Selena Garza's number. He I called her, and she's the one that got Abel involved. So yeah, and I'm very thankful for that, and very thankful for you guys.
Yeah, no, he's a great resource for me, and I mean, he's former FBI, so
Yeah.
he knows
Yeah.
this stuff.
So just so you guys know, what they're talking about right now is about getting people involved for searches. Okay, so just so you guys know, that's what they were talking about.
And like you said, you'll just stay looking at me. Go ahead and just start with your first and your last name, Chris.
My first name is Christopher Antos.
And then spell both of them.
Christopher Christopher. Last name Antos, Antos.
Do you want me to call you Chris or Christopher?
Chris is fine.
Okay, perfect. So walk me through what happened last Tuesday.
So when I left, I noticed, I noticed some sadness the night before with Shana, and then Tuesday morning, I kind of noticed the same thing. But we kind of got up. It was pretty much a normal morning. We woke up. We started moving around. She asked me what time it was. I told her 6:20. She got up. She made coffee. She asked me if I wanted iced coffee, and I said no, just regular coffee will be fine. And then I just was walking out the door to go to work, and I just asked her if she would do laundry that morning. And I walked out the door and noticed, a look of sadness in her eyes, and then I went to work.
Where do you work?
I work at Temperature Pro of San Antonio.
Is that
Okay, so again, the night before, she had sadness in her eyes, and then the next morning around 6:30, they wake up, and I don't know, when he says they started moving around, and she asks, do you want iced coffee? He's like, sure. You know what I mean? Or do you want coffee? And he says, iced coffee. Um, and then he leaves to work, and she still had sadness in her eyes.
It's about 40. I'd say 40, 45-minute travel.
and does she work?
She does not work.
Okay, so she'll typically stay.
Yeah, she stays here. She, like I said, she goes back and forth from the laundromat to here, and that's usually about the most she gets out during the day. Whether
How far is the laundromat?
uh,
Okay, that is just not, to me as a human, it's just not normal. Okay, so she doesn't work, and the only thing she does with her life is she goes and does laundry. Like, that's all she does. To me, that's just not normal. I'm sorry.
100 yards.
Okay, so and you left for work about 7.
Yeah, right when I got in the truck and turned my truck on, it was 7:10, and I time that just because I kind of gauge on what time I'm going to get to the office or whatnot.
Okay, so this, I'm going to play it again, but this was probably the first red flag for me, is how he says that when he left at 7, and he says, well, actually it was 7:10 because he looked at, the time when he got in the car to, the distance it would take him to go to work. I just thought him giving that added detail of why he knew the time, just to me personally, was just a red flag to me. I just thought that was pretty interesting. That would have been the first red flag for me. Let me just rewind that a little bit.
Uh, 100 yards.
Okay, so, and you left for work about 7?
Yeah, when I got in the truck and turned my truck on, it was 7:10, and I timed that just because I kind of gauge on what time I'm going to get to the office or whatnot.
Okay. And then when did you realize that she wasn't here?
I came back. I had a job down the road that I had an install crew working on installing an air conditioner, and then I had another sales call at 12 or at 2 o'clock in New Braunfels. So I had some time in between. So I came by here just to check on her and just because I had time to kill.
And then when she arrived home?
She was not here.
And what did you do?
Okay, so again, he normally worked 45 minutes away. I guess that's where the office would be. But that day he was somewhere that was closer to where to the home. So during lunchtime, he decided, because he had a time gap between his next call or whatever, his next job. So he went to go check on her. And I seen a comment. Hold on. Over explaining. Yeah, this is something that, because I've been watching other coverage of this, and that's something that a lot of people were saying too. He's practicing being handcuffed. Kimberly says, the way he held his dog back looked sus to me, like he's putting on a show of not being strong enough to hold that dog back. So no way he could kill or move a dead body. He purposely showed weakness. Very interesting, Kimberly. Very interesting. Bad actor. Why check on her? Well, in his defense right here, think about it. If you the night before, let's say what he is saying is legit. I'm there are red flags for me, and I'm going to point them out, but like I said, I'm still waiting to hear what law enforcement says. If the night before, your spouse is sad, and they're going through this, he says, like, again, spiritual warfare. She was once an addict, he says, and she was having issues with that. We don't know in fact what he's talking about for all of that. I feel like he is holding back some stuff, but then the next day you see your spouse still sad. But then the thing that I just think about, okay, you see them still sad, and then you just say, can you do laundry? Like, I don't know, nothing, not like, are you okay? Are you, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Maybe he did say that, but he's just not saying it, but I kind of doubt that. I feel like if he did say that, he would say it. So if you do go to work and you are almost in the area and you have time to kill, which I think he even says he had time to kill, wouldn't you go back and check? I mean, I probably would, just to go and check on my loved one, just to, see how they're doing. Again, if what he's saying is true.
I looked around, obviously, and then I said, well, she's not in here. Everything was normal. Her cigarettes were outside. Cup of water was outside full. So I said, well, maybe she's doing laundry. First I went to the bedroom. She went in bed. So I looked around. I was like, well, laundry baskets are still here, but I still went to the laundry room and looked around up there, came back here, and I was like, this isn't normal. I was like, it's not normal. It isn't. So I hung around for a few minutes, and then I got in my truck and I drove to the Biggs station, which is if you pull out of here and take a right on 46, there's a shopping center there. So I drove through there just to see, if she was just wandering around, didn't see anything, came back here, and I was like, okay, things aren't right. I got to call the cops. So I called the cops, and then I called her father, and started the process.
And you were saying that she usually doesn't leave home unless it's with you.
I should have wrote all my notes prior, but yeah. Okay. Hold on, guys. This was my second red flag for me. Again, this is just my opinion here. So he gets home and he looks around, sees that, obviously her car is there. Keep in mind, she has a vehicle. Her car is there. Everything's there. We know her purse, her wallet, everything, her cigarettes, everything is left there, right? And he says everything looked normal, meaning like there was no signs, I'm guessing, of a struggle or anything like that. He says he went to go look in the laundry area, but even though the laundry baskets were left there at the house, but he still went to go look, and then he came back and he says he knew that was not normal. He said he hung around for a little bit, and then he went and drove to Big Station, which he said he drove through around that area for a bit to see if she was, wandering around. What's like not making sense for me is, okay, he says she never goes anywhere. She never goes anywhere. Her car is there, but then you go drive. You don't take the time to go to your neighbors and see if she's possibly, went to a neighbor's for a reason. You didn't talk to any of your neighbors. You didn't go looking around where you live. You immediately get in your car and you drive to Biggs to see if she's wandering around. Keep in mind, she never leaves anywhere and her vehicle's there. I don't know. That just seemed weird. Like I would have thought, because where they live, again, it's an RV, trailer, like a trailer, what is it called? Trailer park community, I guess it is. You would think he would have went looking around the park area, even go to the neighbors. Did you guys see her? But yeah, I don't know. To me, it just seemed weird. And then he immediately calls the cops and then calls her family immediately. I don't know. What do you guys think? That just seemed weird to me.
Correct.
And again, tell me, any reason to believe why she would leave home on her own?
No, not, other than, no. I mean, there.
Doesn't leave home unless it's with you.
Correct.
And again, tell me, any reason?
I'm trying to get you guys to hear what he's saying. So the reporter says, so she never leaves anywhere unless it's with you. And he says, correct. So a 45-year-old woman never leaves anywhere unless it's with her husband. Okay. And all she does with her life is go 100 yards from where she lives to do laundry. To me, that's just not normal. I'm sorry, it's just not. I don't know. I'm trying to get you guys to hear that part.
And started the process.
And you were saying that she usually doesn't leave home unless it's with you.
Correct.
And again, tell me, any reason to believe why she would leave home on her own?
No, not, other than, no. I mean, there was some darkness the night before with.
I felt like if he wanted to say something when she says, is there any reason why she might have left the home, without you? And he's like, no. But it seems like he wants to say something, but he's holding back. And then he's like, nope, no. I don't know. And then, hey, ATS.
With her in her past, and there's some spiritual warfare stuff there that I believe was taking place, but I don't believe that I just don't see her walking out of here in shorts, t-shirt, and flip flops. It's hard for me to believe when nothing was disrupted inside or in the outside area. So there was some sadness there. I won't tell you that there wasn't, but I don't see her just leaving and not walking back. It was hot, so.
Can you be a little bit more specific about the sadness she was going through? Was did you have an argument?
No, just her past. We're believers, of course, and I think there was some issues that she had mentioned to me about just her past and things that she had done and being I don't think that God obviously forgives everybody for their sins. That's what we go off. I think she had a hard time believing herself or forgiving herself um, for things in her past, and I just, it's dark, just some darkness,
Was she depressed?
there was depression involved. Yeah.
Okay, so this is when I mentioned the comment why I thought possibly he was having an issue or the spiritual warfare. It was actually him and not so much her, was because how he says that, he brings up, no, it was her past. Again, he brings that up again, and how they're Christians and how God forgives, but he doesn't think that she believed that she can forgive herself. And this is just me speculating right here. I want to make that very clear, but this is the part right here, what he just stated, which made me feel when I first listened to this. I thought, I wonder if he was having issues still with her past, maybe. And again, this is just me speculating. And I wonder if her past was an issue for him, for whatever reason, and not so much an issue for her. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But this is the comment. All this right here is where I was like, this is kind of not sitting right with me. Heather says too much detail. He's so nonchalant. I agree. Hi, Eric. Hi, Ruby. Are there cameras there? That's a really good question, Valerie. So I had seen in the Facebook group that people were saying that, where it's at, no one has cameras. But then I'm seeing other people saying there's cameras there. So I honestly do not know if they have cameras. Obviously, Chris and Shana, they didn't have cameras because, he doesn't mention any cameras there at the house whatsoever. But as for anybody else there, I that is one thing I do not know. But that's a really, really good question. Hey, Pandora, what's up? That sounds controlling. That is another thing that other people have stated too. Rose with Thorns is that, you know, her not going anywhere. He also says that I think I don't know if he said it yet, but he says that they are introverts, and that they don't like going anywhere. Now, Vicky, who is Shayna's stepmom, she did say, because people were asking about this, is that how she is? She don't like to go anywhere. She'd rather be home. She said she was never like that before. So, I don't know. I don't know. But she doesn't go anywhere unless it's with him. All she does is does laundry. I don't know. It doesn't sound normal. It just doesn't to me. Oh my God, Amber, this is a case that I keep checking every minute for an update from law enforcement, because I want to know what's the cause of death here. I want to know. Hey, John, I was going to email you. John's in the house, everybody. It doesn't sound healthy. Just think about that mentally for yourself. We all struggled with when COVID happened, not being able to leave our home. Imagine just that being your normal life, just not all you do with your life it's sad. It's sad. Shit, it would make me depressed if I lived like that. Oh, Sky's back, everyone. Hey, Johnny R. Did you change your name? You added some new things, I think. maybe someone picked her up. Interesting stuff in face looks like a different story, maybe. Well, okay, so I'm going two ways here. Again, we don't know yet. Law enforcement hasn't given us anything, but just based off of her being found 200 yards from where she lived, she was found in a dry pond. So there was no water there. It was about 25 feet deep. And we've seen from the searchers that have found her that she was found naked. Um, there are things that are being saying that there were drag marks. Um, that again, law enforcement hasn't given us anything. So just want to make sure I say that. The things that we're learning about this case is coming from the searchers that actually found her. Um, Either he did it, but then why would he put her so close to the home? He had access to a vehicle, two vehicles. I'm just having a hard time with that. Also, if she did unlive herself, because from the husband's interview, when you're done listening to it, you get the perception that she was depressed, she was going through religious warfare, she was dealing with her past, she was once an addict. The night before, she's going through all of this. The next morning, she still looked like that. When he got home, he found her Bible, and there's like a notepad or something with some, it looks like maybe some quotes from the Bible in there, and she's gone. No phone. No, she didn't take her phone. She didn't take her vehicle. She didn't take her purse. She didn't take anything with her. She didn't take her cigarettes, and she's a smoker. So listening to the husband, it seems like, she was probably depressed. Maybe she went and she wanted to unlive herself. So if but then if she did want to unlive herself, which a lot of you guys have said, and one thing I told you guys before from what I've seen from smokers or ex-smokers is, why leave her cigarettes? That's a red flag for a lot of people. Also, you're going to unlive yourself and then take your clothes off. Another thing that I was trying to gather from the searchers interview that they've done, there's no mention of her clothes. He says right now, the husband says, his name is Chris, he says that she was wearing shorts when he last seen her in the morning. She was wearing shorts, a t-shirt. It was I think he says a white t-shirt, and then flip-flops. Where are her flip-flops? Again, I know law enforcement probably has all the answers. Well, not all the answers, but they have more for us. But these are just things I'm like, okay, if she was going to do that, you take your clothes off. There's no mention of her at all ever having any mental illness. So I want to make sure I put that out there. There's no signs of that whatsoever. And again, her being depressed and all of that, or suffering from depression in the past, this is coming from the husband. I know someone said that the stepmom said it, but unless I've forgotten it, I have not seen her say that. So again, I don't know. Or did someone that lived in the area do this? I don't know. I don't know. So many questions, you guys, and I just went off on a little tangent, but I don't know. Let's get back.
Yes, without a doubt.
And a cell phone? Does she have a cell phone?
It was all here. The Comal County Sheriff has it now. They're going to try to get a little bit deeper into it. So they have that, but there was no text or no phone calls that we could find where there was anything. Yeah, her phone was here, her keys were here, her wallet's here, dog was here. She loves her dog. Maisie's that's the only baby we have, and so it's very odd. Um, Depression's powerful, but at the same time, she had a lot to live for and a lot to believe in. So
describe her to me. Characteristics as well.
she's a great person. My mom that just left. I mean, we spent January at my mom's house for a month, and my mom was excuse me, but pooping on my mind where there was anything. Yeah, her phone was here, her keys were here, her wallet's here, dog is here. She loves her dog. Maisie's our its own baby we have, and so it's very odd. Um, Depression's powerful, but at the same time, she had a lot to live for and a lot to believe in. So
Describe it to me. Characteristics.
So, him saying she had a lot to live for, a lot of people pointed that out. I personally, I don't take, I know a lot of people, when they use past tense, that's a big red flag. Interested to see if you guys caught that.
she's a great person. My mom that just left. I mean, we spent January at my mom's house for a month, and my mom was bedridden. Excuse me, but pooping on herself, and Shana did it all. Shana took care of her. Shana figured out how to get the bed lowered for my mom. Shana changed my mom's diapers. Shana wiped my mom's butt for a month. Shana just got the biggest heart in the world, and she's just, but just depression, was there a little bit, but she's the greatest person in the world. I just don't think that she quite realized it.
Yeah. Was she taking any sort of medications or seeking out help too?
No.
Um, tell me what she looks like. What was she wearing the rest of the summer?
She's about 5'6". On the flyer that I put out, it's about 140. The flyer that we put out, I'm sorry, 130. I put 140 pounds on it. She's probably more like 130, probably a little bit less than that. She was wearing light pink wind shorts, not hot pink, light pink, and a white V-neck T-shirt like the one I'm wearing now, and black flip flops are the only shoes missing from the house. So that's what I would have to say she's wearing.
I saw on the flyer it said her hair was brown, but it almost looks blonde.
Brownish grayish.
Grayish?
She's dyed it before. There was she had dyed red, but I would go with brownish grayish.
Okay. So since you've called the cops, what have the last few days been like? Searches? What are they telling you?
They haven't told me anything much. We had to go to the sheriff's office yesterday to get approval for Texas EquiSearch to start a search, which they did come out and fly drones Thursday morning between, I would say, 4 and 8 or 9 o'clock. So they came out and did that process, and to go any forward.
Okay, well, I guess Texas EchoSearch did actually go out there, and they are the ones who had the drones. So I'm going to only assume that they would have had the drone 200 yards around where she lived. I'm just going to assume that. So again, that is a question I have, is if the drones were up there on Thursday by them, she couldn't have been there. I mean, she couldn't have. Wouldn't they have seen her? Oh,
Further, they had to have approval. So we couldn't get in contact with them. They couldn't get in contact with them. So me and her father drove to the sheriff's office yesterday and finally sat down with somebody, got approval, got an email sent to EquiSearch to, hey, you can move forward with helping with the process.
Okay.
And then, of course, we're involved with Project Absentis that is helping us with the process as of now also, which was connected through another media company. So there's several people involved, and it's out there, and
So as far as the search goes, the sense of it, it's mainly just been
drones and foot patrol through local areas, high traffic areas that we can think of, but nothing major on the ground that horses and dogs. We're surrounded by private property, so obviously that's a challenge as well, but nothing on the ground has been done. We've gone behind Walmart and Spring Branch and traveled a couple of different areas, but nothing major on foot, to find her if she's under a tree or something like that. No.
Does she have a car?
It's
okay. I just want to say, and when he said she's under a tree, that just I don't even know what to say to that. I mean, that was just really weird for me. I don't know. But again, so mostly what they did was the drones. Valerie says, I feel bad he's saying this on TV about his mom. And trust me, girl, I felt the same way. I thought way too information about your mom. He could have left all of that out. I agree with you on that. Kimberly says, if she was found naked 200 yards from the RV and the pond was dry, and searchers had already checked that area. Her body was placed there afterwards. Did Ellie check for empty RVs during this time? Okay, so what I gathered from, again, from the people that have helped with the search is that in, in Texas and in many states, when a 45-year-old, when a husband reports his, wife missing, a 45-year-old, um, there's not much they can do unless it looks like a crime actually happened. So there's no warrants being made at that moment. And honestly, in the beginning, it doesn't seem like law enforcement was doing the searches based off of what I've heard and seen. It was actually other people helping out to do the searches. Again, because a 45-year-old, not being home, you know, in many states is not without a crime scene or anything, like the house looking like it was ransacked or anything like that. There's not much they can do. So from law enforcement in the beginning, there wasn't much that I seen done, actually, to be honest with you. It was everybody trying to help them. Now, Chris just stated that in that area there is private property, so you cannot go on the private property. Also, where she was found, there is a fence, and I'm going to show you guys it in a minute. There is a fence that goes around the property. Now, she could have climbed over the fence. It isn't like it's super high. um, it also looks like she could have went underneath the fence, but there is a fence around it. So prior to them finding her, they had not gotten to the area she was found yet. But there were drones in the area, and I just don't understand how drones around the area, I'm going to just assume it had to be in the area where, I mean, I don't know. That is something I would like to know. Did Echo Search actually search with the drone the area she was found? That is a question that I'm hoping, and I know Duty Ron, he is covering this case, and I'm just hoping that he can get that answer for us. Um, I know he's very careful of what he puts out. He has, law enforcement background, and he's, very protected of information, because it's an investigation. Us on the other hand, we're just a true crime channel, and we discuss it all, and we want to learn it all and hear it all. So, I'm a little bit different than that.
It's here.
Um,
Did she have anybody that she would confide in when she was feeling low?
No, me.
You were the only person she would.
Yeah, I mean, she's got family back home that she could have.
Okay, I'm going to rewind that. This was another red flag for me. This just seemed, look how he says it. He is asked, which is there anybody that she would, oh, I didn't know I had my camera off. Hi. Is there anybody that she would confide in, like talk to? Does she have any freaking friends or anything like that? And he's like, no, me. To me, I was like, oh, okay, controlling a little bit. Watch. Maybe it's just me. I don't know.
Branch and traveled a couple of different areas, but nothing major on foot, to find her if she's under a tree or something like that. No,
does he have a car?
it's here.
Okay.
Did she have anybody that she would confide in when she was feeling low?
No, me.
You were the only person she would.
Yeah, I mean, she's got family back home that she could have. I don't think she did much, and we talked, but yeah, nothing. No one here, no one in the area. Her past. She grew up here, but her past is in the rearview mirror, and so there's nothing. There's no one here. Her mom lives here. There's some contact between them, and obviously we're in contact with her, but there's nothing significant. And then, like I said, nothing on the phone that would suggest that she was reaching out to people or anything.
I don't know, you guys. What do you think about all of that? That just seems so strange. I don't know. That whole part was just strange to me. And he says there was nothing on the phone that she was reaching out to people. Reaching out to people, why? Was she not happy? maybe in the marriage. I'm speculating. I don't know. This part right here, again, another red flag for me. This is another red flag. I don't know. What do you guys think? I just think that's, I'm sitting here listening to it again and I'm just like, I don't know. Right? I agree. Yeah, and that's what a lot of people said. He's so chill. Eric, this is something that I personally feel. I feel, and this is just my opinion, that he isolated herself. He isolated her. I feel that way. Because again, being in the Facebook group, I do see what her stepmom has said. Um, there was also the last time that her dad talked to her on the phone. Let me correct myself. The last time they heard her voice, Chris, actually, her husband called the dad and was speaking to the dad about some court thing he had coming up or something like that. And don't worry, guys, we're gonna go through all of this stuff um, in other live streams. So this is a case we're covering. But the last phone call would have been Chris talking to the dad on the phone, and then the dad said he heard his daughter in the background saying something like, "Hi, Dad. Sorry, busy cooking dinner," or something like that. But he said he knew that was her voice. But that's the last time he had spoken with her. So I don't know. You know, she didn't. I don't know. I agree. I just agree. I feel like my opinion, he isolated her. The parent, it's another thing that I thought was pretty interesting how the family never met him. They've been married, they've been dating 2 years and, you know, married a year, and dinner plans were being made all the time. Well, I don't know about all the time, but they were being made, but then they kept getting canceled. I don't know. There's just something's not right here. Something's just not right, and that's my opinion. I could be completely wrong, but something's just not, it's not making sense for me. Well, the phone was left, Rose, at the house, so he had access to the phone. So he went through the phone. Valerie says, under a tree sounds so weird. The wording and the way he says it, I know, it's just so random. Exactly. It's like out of nowhere. It stuck out to me too. Play that part again, Delilah says. Okay. Let me see. Let me mute. Hold on.
There's several people involved, and it's out there and branch and traveled a couple of different areas.
Did she have anybody that she would confide in when she was feeling low?
No, me.
You're the only person she would.
Yeah, I mean, she's got family back home that she could have. I don't think she did much, and we talked, but yeah, nothing. No one here, no one in the area. Her past. She grew up here, but her past is in the rearview mirror, and so there's nothing. There's no one here. Her mom lives here. There's some contact between them, and obviously we're in contact with her, but there's nothing significant. And then, like I said, nothing on the phone that would suggest that she was reaching out to people or anything like that.
There's a Facebook group. More than 400 people are part of it. They're all talking about what or may have happened to her. Are you part of that?
I'm not. I'm not on Facebook, but my sister is. Everybody involved with the search is. So yeah,
they're very supportive and they want to help. I mean, is there anything right now that they can do to help you?
Everybody, I just really want you. First of all, I want to thank you all for being engaged in this process. It's an overwhelming amount of support, responses, just people saying, hey, we're out there, we're looking. We've had a couple of possible sightings, nothing significant, but so I want to thank everybody, and I want to ask everybody, please do not stop the fight. We're not giving up. It's a process. We're going through a lot of entities that we have to be engaged with, that people just can't necessarily go do things. So we're not stopping. The fight is still there. We're not going to stop until we know something about where Shana is or until she's home. So I'm asking everybody, please do not stop. I'm putting updates on Nextdoor. There'll be updates on the Facebook page. Shana's missing. Anything that we can get out of people, but just please don't give up. And we will be putting updates as to how people can help, and we'll do them as soon as we can. And please forgive us for the lack of response. It's hard. There's a lot of phone calls, a lot of messages going on. So I'm asking everybody not to give up. We're not giving up. It's going to keep going on. We're Tuesday through Saturday now. It's terrible. It's not going to stop until we know something more about Shana.
Ultimately, who's the one keeping you from having just regular people assist?
No one.
Oh, okay. So like the sheriff?
Well,
Or
I would say, yeah,
from
Comal County. Yes, I understand your
Okay.
question now. Yeah,
Yeah.
Comal County, and I asked them to, do the phone activation, but these, private companies that are nonprofits, uh, Project Absentis, I was able to sign a waiver through them. They were able to do that, but
Okay.
EquiSearch had to have approval
Okay.
from Comal County. I
Okay.
got them that. Another company, Texar, they needed approval. I got them an email, but to expedite it, they had to have a voice activate something through their voice activated thing through their website. I couldn't get that pulled off, but I just need, definitely law enforcement has to. I mean, they're private companies, so they have to have something to say, hey, you can help. They have to cover their tracks as well and not get themselves into a legal position, which we all understand.
Okay. What would be your message to Shana?
I love you. Please come home. We want you back. Please come home. Just do what you got to do, baby, and keep up the fight and stay strong. We are looking for you. Please come home.
What's the best way to contact you, or who should people be contacting if they
My
want
t-
to get to you?
911 first and foremost. A lot of people don't believe that. They had to have a voice active. I mean, they're private companies, so they have to have something to say, hey, you can help. They have to.
Your initial thought on that plea for his wife, comment below. Also, if you watch this on the replay, what's your initial thoughts with that? I'm gonna play it one more time, you guys.
Cover their tracks as well and not get themselves into a legal position, which we all understand.
Okay. What would be your message to Shana?
I love you. Please come home. We want you back. Please come home. Just do what you got to do, baby, and keep up the fight and stay strong. We are looking for you. Please come home.
What's the best way to contact you, or who should people be contacting if they
My
want
t-
to get to you?
911 first and foremost. A lot of people don't believe that. They want to know who's involved, but
I'm just gonna say how he jumped. It seemed like he paused when he's asked that question, and then he jumps into this, his voice of cracking and all that, like emotions, and then now he's smiling and out of that. I don't know. I need to see what you guys say. Before I see what you guys say, there is something I want to see. Scott says, but what if that phone wasn't actually her current phone? What if she had another phone and that was the one that was just a wife phone used for games and stuff? I don't know. I feel like, honestly, Scott, I think that is her phone. I feel like it seems like she didn't do much. She didn't have much. How can I say this? All she did was go do laundry. She didn't go anywhere. She didn't have any friends. Her whole life's just surrounded around her husband, it seems like. And that's not always a bad thing, but I think it is good for us mentally to have other people in our lives besides our spouse. I just think that is not normal. That is my personal opinion. It's not good for you mentally. You need other people around. Um, and I just think that if they're, I don't see her having another phone. You know what I mean? I'm not seeing that. But good thought. Sky says, what is his history like? Okay, so there have been things posted about his past that doesn't seem too good. I still need to do my own looking into and to verify. So again, we're going to do more lives on this. This is something that we are covering. So I will get back to you on that one. We're going to look at it all together. Yep, exactly. Well, Sunny, well, he says that, she had an addiction, right? She had a past. He brings that up constantly. So maybe she didn't talk to anybody because the people she used to talk to were, maybe people who did drugs. Maybe that she does, doesn't talk to anyone now. But again, I'm just having a hard time with her not having any contact with her, not having contact, but I'm having a hard time with, they didn't go anywhere. It seems like they just, stood home. It's asked also, one of the searchers made a statement that he asked Chris, did you guys, when he was helping with the search, he was like, okay, where did you guys go? Is there anywhere you guys hung out at? Did you guys go to maybe like a local bar and hung out there? Was there like a friend's house you guys went to? And he was like, nope, we didn't do anything. We are introverts. So, again, her not having any access to anybody else. I don't know. My mind is like all over the place right now, you guys. I don't know. And exactly, no neighbors nearby. She didn't talk to anybody. Again, he says they're introverts. That's what he says. Her stepmom says that that's not how she was before. Like I was saying, I got sidetracked, but what is, kind of interesting to me and sticks out is that, they've been married a year, dating 2 years, and the mom, never met him. And that, dinners were planned, but they were canceled. Why were they being canceled? Who was canceling them all the time? I don't know. Kind of just fits into isolating her, my opinion. It is very confusing, Eric. And Sunny, you make a good point. Yeah, so she spoke to nobody, it seems like. And I get introverts, I get that. But again, I'm going based off of what her stepmom has said. And again, if you guys have Facebook and you guys want to join the Facebook group, you just type up her name. And it's going to be the one that has, I think, almost 3,000 following it. But her stepmom, for sure, the searchers that helped with it, one of them is DJ, the other one is Eric, her, I believe they're in that group. Before she was found, they posted a lot of information. So you guys, I recommend going in there and checking things out. I always go scroll all the way down, start from the very beginning. It's just strange. She talked to nobody. Again, her mom says she wasn't like that before. Was he even looking for her? So one of the searchers stated that in the beginning he did help with a search. I don't know if he helped, how much his involvement was, to be honest. That's never really been put out. This guy says Scott or getting Barry Murphy, but I got Barry's vibes. I don't know why I did. Definitely got there. Someone else says sounds like Barry. No, he did speak with the media. Remember, he was sitting there. God, he kind of looks like Barry a little bit. I don't know. Barry looks really different nowadays. That's for sure. No tears. No, his eyes look like they got a little watery, but I don't know. No tears, not at all. The vultures. There you go, Juicy, from earlier. There were. Let me see if I happen to have that photo really quick. Hold on. And I do want to go through a live with you guys where I actually show you guys everything I have with this, because there's a photo of someone posting, and I got to see when it was posted, but they have pictures of vultures around, literally going around where she would have been found. Keep in mind, it's really hot in Texas too. Hey, dogs with jobs. Greeting from Southern California. Well, that's where I'm from. How's the weather? There was vultures around there. Vicky says, I call BS on the plea. Yeah, I'm trying. I know I'm not coming across as trying to stay neutral here, but I don't know. I'm trying. Okay, I'm not saying 100%. I'm like he did it. Okay, um, but there are things you guys have seen that he's just stated, or there's just things that they make all of us like, I don't know, red flags, red flags. I'm still just iffy on where she was found. I can't get past where she was found. Um, Johnny, so she was found deceased. Law enforcement didn't find her. It was actually searchers. And I'm going to let's finish watching this. But she was found 10 days after, 200 yards from the RV that her and her husband Chris lived in, and their dog. So 10 days after she was reported missing, she was found in um, a dry pond. It's about 25 feet deep, and it seems like she was found unclothed. So let me finish this, and then we're going to watch a little bit of what the searchers had to say. Let me mute.
911, if you have any information. My telephone number is 210-529-4124. So 911 and my telephone number, or any of the social media outlets. But guys, if y'all see Shana and you think you see Shana, call 911. That's obviously the best thing that anybody can do is call 911.
And tell me again, just say your first and her last name as well. Got it. There's been.
All right, so it ends there. Hold on, I just want to see. Give me a second, guys. I want to see when this was actually aired. Okay, so July 25th. All right, because at first I was thinking maybe, because right there when he's like, if you see Shayna, like he just seems like he's smiling, and it's just so like not a big deal. So I was kind of thinking maybe he thought it would have been like the next day or something. He probably thought she just went off for like a day or something. I don't know. But this is the 25th. So, gosh, that's a few days after. So, I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think about this interview he did? What do you guys think? Heather says, shady. Scott says, his final plea magically cheered, crying with no tears and no grief muscles between eyebrows, in less smiling Chris Watts. Yeah, exactly. That's something I noticed. He went from, and then again, before he even started the plea, he kind of like, and I kind of felt like if he was getting into, my opinion, getting into that emotion, I don't know, like if it was fake state, like, I don't know. I don't know. Again, this is just me speculating and my own opinion, you guys. Juicy says, no, I do chores all without hubby years ago. Oh my God. Hey, hard to handle, like your name. Hello, hello, hello. I just landed. He is in and out of that emotion so fast. I agree. Oh, great comment. And I 100% agree with you with that, Eric. We all have some sort of past. Lord knows I do. But that doesn't mean it should be your future. I 100% agree with that. And anybody that doesn't let you forget your past or puts you down because of it does not need to be in your life. Get rid of them. Give them the boot. Yeah, I agree, Buttercup. He cried on cue. Yeah, exactly. You guys are seeing it. Delana says, remind me of Alexis Sharkey's case. Tom was guilty as sin from day one. I fear gaslighting, Sunny says. Duper Delight. ATS News says. All right, let me share this one with you guys. Again, thank you guys all for being here. And if you guys could hit the like button, if you have not hit the like button, let me just move things around. My eyes are like Okay. Hold on. All right. So this one is going to be share screen. One detail leads. This one right here. Okay. So this is going to be one detail leads investigators to believe missing woman's body found in Spring Branch. So this would be July 30th. And then again, investigators believe the body of Shanann. God, we were talking about Chris Watts. I'm going to start saying Shanann. No. Shana Dimambro has been found through positive identification, is still pending. As of today, the 4th, it's still pending. They haven't even told us, yes, in fact, it is her. But you guys, it's her. But of course, they have to do, law enforcement side of it all. Let's watch this. Now, this is going to show some of, I think this is the correct one, the searchers. Let me see.
Comal County investigators say they have recovered the body of a missing woman on Friday night. While positive identification is still pending tonight, one small detail led investigators to believe it is 45-year-old Shana Dimambro from Spring Branch. That's located just outside of Canyon Lake. The night team's Camelia Juarez tells us how investigators found the remains.
It's a very bizarre case.
Shana Dimambro was last seen nearly 10 days ago. Her husband, Chris Antos, says he left the couple's RV for work around 7 in the morning, came back for lunch, and couldn't find her. The vice president of Search and Support San Antonio, Eric Herr, led a search team to find her Friday night.
It is a long time, especially when the person didn't have their purse.
Okay, so like I said, this is going to be one of the searchers that actually found her. Okay, so let's hear what he has to say.
When the person didn't have their purse, they didn't have their cell phone, they didn't take supplies of any sort, water, food, they didn't pack any luggage, they're not spending any money, it becomes very suspicious.
Dimambro's husband says she was last seen wearing a white V-neck shirt, pink shorts, and black flip-flops. Nearly 50 minutes into the search, Herr says the remains were found less than 200 yards from where Dimambro lived. The decomposing body was found on private property in the retention pond.
You could actually see a human skull. You could see the deterioration, the bone in the hands and the arm.
What did remain was a recognizable detail.
I saw the tattoo on her back, and her husband had told me that she had a tattoo of a sunflower on her back.
Comal County Sheriff's Office investigators say they believe it is the body of Dimambro.
She was face down, and she was in almost like a crawling position. She had no clothing on, and we couldn't tell that she had any shoes on.
And the body has been sent to Travis County for positive identification. Travis County for positive identification. Investigators is the body of Dimambro.
She was face down, and she was in almost like a crawling position. She had no clothing on, and we couldn't tell that she had any shoes on.
And the body has been sent to Travis County for positive identification. Investigators have been in contact with the Dimambro family, and the investigation in this disappearance.
So that, again, that was Eric Herr. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. He is one of the searchers that have been helping. He's actually the one that, him and there was another one, DJ, and then, of course, the owner of the property. They were all there. But he says she was face down in a crawling position. What do you guys think about that? Crawling position. Again, it's a dry retention pond. Do I have a photo of it? No clothes on. No clothes on? And then he couldn't tell if she had shoes on. Let me see if I have a good photo for you guys. Give me a second. I'll look at comments right now. Okay, I think I do. Okay. Let me. Okay. Now, you guys see the gates that. Okay, I think I have one. Okay. Hold on, guys. Stop sharing. Hold on.
Appearance is
Okay. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Okay, so this, again, it's gonna, I know images look different, but this right here is the retention pond, the dry retention pond. Again, this is Texas, so everybody has been saying there has been no rain. This was dry before she actually went missing. But this, and it's 25 feet deep. Face down, he's saying, in a crawling position, no clothes on, and he couldn't tell if she had shoes on. Yeah, Kimberly. I don't know how to make that, Scott. I have no, I should look into that. I am totally down for that. I have to look into that. I don't even know where do you, is that for YouTube or is that some other, is that like an app? What is that? I sound silly saying it. I see so many YouTubers doing it. I have no idea what that is. He doesn't look upset. I agree, Amber. Hold on, guys. I'm catching up to your comments. Give me a second. Eric says that body language says a lot. Those shitbags have a lot of the same physical movements. Well, remember Chris Watts had his arms crossed, remember? This guy has his arms in the back. I'd be interested to see if anybody analysts are covering this case. I haven't seen anybody covering it really much. I know only Judy Ron. There's another YouTuber I've seen covering it, but not many people were really covering it. I'd be really interested to see what that means. I'm gonna have to look that up and see, because he has his arms in the back the whole time. No, it's Johnny says, was this a RV trailer park for camping? No, or their own land. So yeah, and I'm gonna go. I have it where we're gonna look at the actual RV property. Hi from Norway. Yes, that's what it looked like from the images that we've seen from the news. It looks like they're close by, but then there's also, I should just go to Google Maps for you guys so we can look at it. John. I mean, I know. And I know I'm going to get backlash in the replay comments for some of the stuff I said, but to me, you guys, ladies, this isn't a healthy way to live. I'm sorry, it's just not. It's not. Crawling position. I don't know, ATS News. Well, he says you can see the bones already on her hand, he stated, right? And keep in mind, too, this is in Texas, and she was found 10 days after she was reported missing. Yeah, the crawling position in 25 feet deep. Oh, I agree. I agree. I hate that too. Begging for her life. Oh, Valerie, wow, I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think of that. And just so you guys know, we're true crime here. We do, we talk about things that make us feel a little uncomfortable. I am not a channel that shies away from certain topics. I like to talk about it all. So just keep that in mind. Some of this stuff that we say here might be like, some people be like, oh my gosh, but that's what we do here. I didn't even think of that, Valerie. Pink's is scrambling to get away. Yeah, crawling position is just interesting to me. Well, I don't know. I didn't even think about any of that, you guys. See, this is why I love talking to you guys about this. And I've watched this stuff like I don't know how many times, and I did not even think about that. Wow. Oh, Curious Cat makes another good point. She says, "Oh my goodness, that's terrible. I wonder if she had been in a container of some sort to be in that position and then moved there after searchers." Huh. Kind of like Shanann Watts. She was found in that curdle position too, right? Amber, I know you're here. You guys have my brain going right now. Okay, so in another interview, which we're going to watch tomorrow, if you guys want to watch it beforehand and take your notes, it's on Duty Ron's channel. It is the interview he did with DJ, that is the other searcher. That was so how it happened was they found out who owned this private property. They hadn't been able to search it yet because one, there is a gate. Let me see. So again, this is going to be where she was found inside here. It's a dry retention pond, 25 feet deep. So they found out who owned the property, and then they contacted him, and he doesn't live at the property. I want to make that very clear. And they set up a time and date where they can go and search it. Now, originally, DJ, the other searcher, he had something else. He got a call or something for another, I don't know, but something came up where he couldn't go initially right away. So it was the owner and Eric, the other searcher, who went. They got in the owner's truck. They drove in. I'm hearing there's a locked gate. I'm trying to gather all the right information for you guys. They entered it, and that's when they searched the pond, and that's when they obviously seen her. And then DJ got the call, and he went out there himself, and that's when they were there together. So originally it would have been the owner of the property and Eric, and then DJ also was there. But DJ for sure, I need to give credit where credit is due. That man has been helping with the search since, and he was like organizing everything from the very beginning, it seems like. Okay, so again, that's where she would have been found. Okay, so this right here is going, can you guys see that okay? This is going to be part of the property where she would have been found. So can you guys see the fence, sorry, the fence. So it's not a high fence for sure. And on the news, they show a fence. It seems like there's a fence around a lot of things there. On the news when I was looking at it from the RV property, the park, and the fence doesn't seem high. There's wiring all here. You can't see it here. But people are like, oh, she could have climbed over it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. And Scott, that's why I'm just waiting to see what law enforcement says. They have been quiet, very, very quiet. Um, they haven't even gave us confirmation that it was her. And usually we get that pretty right away within a few days, if that. I mean, at least with the cases I've covered, we usually get it right away that it has been confirmed. But with this one, unless they've given it privately to the family and they're not releasing anything, which I just don't see why they would do that. So I'm just thinking maybe they're waiting for all the results to come in to let us know everything all together. But as of today, like I said, today is the 4th. Nothing has been, they haven't said anything. Kimberly says, sounds like he had her stuffed in the suitcase to have her body in that position. Is it an app, Scott? Okay. Well, you have my email, Scott, so just send me the information. Okay, once they checked his search history and call logs, we will know if he did 50-50. Yeah, and we don't see, we don't know either yet anything, cause of death, manner, anything like that yet. So I'm sure if this ends up being a homicide, usually, you know, they look at the person closest to whoever has been killed. Dogs with jobs. In my mind, I think the dog knew. It seems like she was crawling or hiding. I don't know. I just have that image now in my head of what Valerie said. Yoga position, downward dog with her face looking to one side, not face down. I knew Amber would know the details. Also, ATS News does have a YouTube channel, and she's doing a anniversary of that case because it is August. So, Amber, if you want to link your channel. Vicky, I love the chat. I love the chat here on my channel. You guys always get me thinking outside of the box. I think I normally think outside of the box, and then I come here and you guys say stuff, or we look at things together and we put all our minds together and we try to figure it out. No, we're not investigators, but, you know, I should have been one. Good question. Not sure. That is a good question. Okay, so what's being put out is that no one has seen her. Let me write this down. I will find that out and I'll have that answer for you for tomorrow. Because like I said earlier, okay, so no one has physically seen her in the area since it's been said the 14th or 15th of the month of July. She was reported missing on the 19th. Now, Chris, the husband, did talk to her dad on the phone, and the dad heard her voice in the background, didn't speak with her. But again, she had said something like, hi, Dad, sorry, busy cooking dinner, or something like that. But the husband had a whole conversation with the dad. I need to find out what day that was. So I'm going to put that down. Sugar says that the dog was not wanting near him. Again, that's the news clip we watched earlier where it's their dog. He says that was their baby. The dog was not wanting near him. I find that incredibly telling. I am disturbed by this. God bless her. I just hope that, you know, this case gets thoroughly investigated. I don't know this area. I'm trying to see what people say about law enforcement itself. You know, and I just hope that her family gets the answers that they deserve, and that she gets justice for whatever has happened. Again, did she go out there and take her own life? We don't know yet. Waiting for law enforcement. Did someone else do this to her that lived there and place her there after? Did her husband do it? Those are the three things that are out on the table for me. I don't know. Yeah, everybody was saying that too. Yeah. Let me show you guys the RV place. Again, so what you guys are looking at on the screen, this would have been part of that private property. This is the fence that was important to for you guys to kind of see it, even though it's kind of hard to tell. And then again, this is going to be where she was discovered, 200 yards from where she lived. Okay, hold on. Let me stop sharing that one. Okay, hold on, guys. This one. Let me show you guys this. And then after this, I'll wrap it up after we look at this one right here. Again, I will be live tomorrow with this. We're going to listen to the interview on Duty Ron from the searcher. And then we're going to look at Google Maps and look more. I'm going to go through all my screenshots and see what I have. I didn't have time to go through all of them, but like I said, this is a case we're going to be covering here. So hopefully you guys are interested in it. I just want to give the family justice, and we just want to know what happened to her at the end of the day. Okay, hold on. Yeah, okay. So this is where, let me get that off the screen. Okay, so you guys can see that. Okay, yeah. So this is the RV, so 46 RV Park. If you guys want to look at Google Maps tonight and do your own, you know, check out stuff for tomorrow, if you want, you can on your own on your site. You just type in 46 RV Park, I believe it is, but Texas, and it will pop up on there. How can I move this? Can I do anything? Okay, so you see how, can I get, oh, I can't go bigger. Okay, sorry, I can't go bigger. Maybe, hold on. No, doesn't do much. No, not that one. We'll stick to that one. All right, so you see how they're placed like really close. I guess they have where you can play golf on there. Hold on. I'm trying to see if there's a better picture. So see how they're located next to each other. I'm trying to see if there's more of a fence here. Am I looking at the same ones? I think I am. Oh, see how they're just right next to each other? God, this is super close to live. I would love to know how close his, I guess this would be considered neighbors, his neighbor was to him. I'm wondering if this is, okay, so this is what the fence looks like, I'm assuming. I don't know, climbing a fence like this with sandals, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. See, and then there is some open space. Let me see. It's a big RV park, that's for sure. I don't know, guys. All right, I don't know. So I'm gonna wrap up this live. What time is it? 3? Oh, hold on. Hold on. Sorry, hold on. And it's perfect because the little one gets out right now. All right, so again, we're going to be covering this one. We'll be live tomorrow with this. We're going to watch the other searchers interview. If you want to check it out beforehand, take your own notes. I would love to see what you guys think. You can go to Duty Ron's channel. He has an interview. Just look up the interview with it should say something like DJ and searcher or something like that, and it's a picture of the actual searcher DJ. So we're going to hear what he has to say now, because today we watched a little clip of what Eric had to say. He is the other searcher who found her body. And we're going to tomorrow we're going to listen to his, and we're going to look at Google Maps and take a closer look at that. And then I'm going to look at all the screenshots. We'll look into, not tomorrow, but we'll look into the husband's background, and I don't know, whatever else with this. Hopefully by then we'll have something from Ellie, at least confirmation or something. Yeah. So I want to thank you guys for being here, and thank you for sticking around while I was gone for over a month. I appreciate you guys. And you guys mean the world to me, and I wouldn't be here without you guys. So Scott, let me know about that Discord. Email me on it, and yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got for y'all. Oh, Ellison, really? This happened 20 minutes from me. Very sad. We drove around looking for her. Ellison, you're barely getting here. I have so many questions. Ellison. Are you on Facebook, Ellison? I'm sure you're in one of the Facebook groups I run. Oh my God, Ellison. Ellison, do you know, do they have cameras there, like in that RV community? Are there cameras around there? And where did you actually search for her? Eric, you have a great rest of your day. Yes, thank you guys all for being here. And if you haven't hit like, please hit like on the way out. And if you enjoyed this live stream, I know I was kind of all over the place in the beginning, but I've been a little rusty. But I'm back at it, going live and making videos. So I'll get the hang of it again. Carly says, bye, crazy. Bye, girl. I'm just waiting to see what Allison says. Thank you, Sky. Thank you to all the mods for being here. I appreciate you guys so much. Allison's, yes, ma'am. Ellison. Okay. Are you in the Chris Watts Facebook group? Or I'm just trying to see, is that your name on there? I'll find you on there and I'll message you because I have lots of questions. Oh, thank you for that super sticker. You're the third one today. So thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. You're the third one and it's $3. Thank you. I appreciate it. I really, really do. Kimberly, no, thank you for chatting with me. Thank you guys just for chatting about this case. I don't know about you guys, but I want to know everything and anything with this case. I have so many questions. Crazy. I need to get your group info from you. Okay. I know, Pink, before I was like, all over the place, because I wasn't really going live, but I'm back at it. So I'll send you everything you need, girl. And I'll always let you know when I'm going to go live. Love and peace for her family. Yes. Love and peace. Meg says, I always blame the husband, but dang gum, I'm usually always right. Well, I was wrong with that Heidi case. I was completely wrong with that one. And I told myself, never again. No cam. Okay, so Allison says that in the area there's no cameras, very poor internet there also. Interesting. All right. Allison, is that your name on Facebook? Because I will message you later. Hey, Insanely, a little late wrapping it up, but glad to see you. Oh, Curious Cat, thank you for being here. Again, her mother is a fellow YouTuber and just want to, she's not true crime, but just want to show support for her. I agree, Meg. This is my name. Okay, hold on, you guys. All right. So I will message you later on today or early tomorrow. I will message you with some questions I have. Let me just write her name really quick. Okay. So I know Facebook is a little weird when you're not friends with someone, so you might have to look at the notifications for messages in that like top portion. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm sure you'll see it. All right, you guys. Thank you guys for being here. And again, thank you guys for the super chats. I truly appreciate it. And don't forget to hit like. And I just want to thank you guys again for being here with me. And we'll see each other and talk about this tomorrow. And stay blessed and stay grinding, because I did not win the lotto. And if you're here, you probably didn't win the lotto either.